So here come the challengers on table number 1. Team Hong Kong China walks in with everybody except one here. Remember, the World Youth Championships are still happening. So you can see men and women from Baldwin Chan to Ju Chengju, Choi Chun Kit, Zhu Zitong, she'll be coming. Lam Xiu Hang, Ingwen Lam. Got Wang Chun Ting and Baby Shark Du Hoi Kem on the left here. Every player getting their intro. Baldwin Chan has been incredibly strong at only 20 years old, is 66 in the world. Zhu Zitong will be on her way. Wang Chun Ting, 34 years old, world rank number 41, the penhold sensation, and Du Hoi Kem has been a superstar for Team Hong Kong China over the years, 38th in the world. And now we will bring in the defending champs. The home crowd led by Yingsha, Wang Chuqin, Wang Manyu, Lin Shidong, Kwai Man, Liang Jingqun, Wang Yidi. Wow, this is a strong squad here. Everybody in the mix. Xu Yingbin on the far right, finding their spots here. Wang Manyu in wonderful form after taking the national games over Yingsha in the final. Still finding their places here. Wang Yidi greeting the crowd. Liang Jingqun, not to be forgotten, is incredibly stable, has been a staple for Team China over the years. Kwai Man on her way up in the world, 21 years old. Lin Shidong had been world number 1 for the majority of the last 12 months. Wang Manyu, you saw how strong she was, champion of the national games. The man who makes the stadium roar, Lionheart himself, Wang Chuqin, and Yingsha, just the same, fills the stadiums. The Royal Majesty leads the team. So, the way the format works, I'll talk to you about it in a bit, but up to 5 matches. Each game is worth 1 point. Each match contains 3 games unless the team gets to 8 points first. It starts with mixed doubles, then moves on to women's singles, then the men's singles, should it be needed. Match number 4 is the men's doubles here, and the women's doubles to follow. It will change depending on the lower ranked team. They get to choose which order of play they'd like for the last 2 matches. Men's doubles first or women's doubles first. So we see Ma Lin there, Wang Hao, side by side, 2 legendary pen holders. The whole squad, Team China just behind them, from the doctors to the other coaches, the sparring partners. Here, Team Hong Kong China. We do have 2 tables in action. Table number 1 is where I'll be guiding you, watching with you, as we see the bags on seats. Always good to see the Liu family here, Xiao Zhan in the background as well. Remember, all continents are here. 16 teams have qualified based on world rankings, making sure that every continent has representation. Remember, it's not men's teams and women's team. It is 1 team combined. They will play together. And once 1 team reaches 8 points, it is over. Whether it's 8-0, 8-1, or 8-7 in the deciding 15th game, the final game of match number 5. You can win 2-1 or 3-0, but until 1 team has 8 points, every match involves 3 games played. So Roman Klecker, our umpire for the match. And alongside him, assistant umpire will be Amira Ghazi from Egypt. So remember, this is the group stages, 4 different groups. Each group has 4 teams. Fairly well balanced. Of course, Team China the most dominant team, so after that, the modified snake system, a bit of randomness in terms of the second seeding in any group. The top 2 teams from each group will advance to the next stage, and 8 teams total will play stage number 2. Stage number 2 will be round robin as well, except teams that have already played will not repeat. So instead of 7 matches, team matches per team, it will be 6 because they faced 1 other team in the previous round, stage number 1, which is where we are right now. After that, only the top 4 teams from stage number 2's round robin will advance to the semifinals. There will be a battle for third place, and then our champions will be determined. So we will now have
Please rise to observe a minute of silence
1 minute of silence
of the Wong boat fire in Hong Kong, China.
for the tragedy, the fires in Hong Kong, China recently.
为香港大埔洪福院火灾罹难者默哀1分钟。
Please be seated.
默哀毕，请就座。
So while our thoughts are with all those in Hong Kong, China, who've been affected by the tragedy, the crowd is now ready for the action to begin. Table number 1. Some handshaking action, some coin toss. Here's a look of what you have to look forward to. Wang, Chuqin, and Yingsha back in action, starting this one off. Kwai Man and Zhu Chengju will battle in the women's singles. Lin Shidong and Lam Suhang in the third, and should we need a fourth, Yang Jingqun and Wang Chuqin waiting. Baldwin Chan and Wang Chunting on the other side. Kwai Man and Wang Manyu together for a nice righty-lefty combo, and across from them will be Yingwing Lam and Du Hoi Ken. Now that is if we need a fifth match. Remember, even in the round-robin stages, when one team gets 8 points, that is that. They will move on. Top 2 teams in each group moving on to stage number 2. So lots to look forward to here. Again, with 16 different nations, if you look back, or I should say, member associations anyway, different teams participating. There is an incredible battle, I would say. France, Germany, Romania, all in the same group. You can follow along on ITTF.com, all the information you need. Some new players, some new names that you might not be as familiar with. And plenty of the biggest stars in the game are here. The Asian representation here has been the best. Lin Yunru and Zheng Yijing playing for their first time. Many players playing for their first time. Now remember, with TTR, they've added to the rules that you can challenge if a serve does not bounce on the right side of the table. So from Africa, the only team here, Egypt. From the Americas, the Brazil, the Brazil. You know that one, right? The Brazil. Brazil, the United States of America, and Chile have qualified to be here. For Asia, we have China, we have Japan, Republic of Korea, Chinese Taipei team, India, and Team Hong Kong, China. So there's Ma Lin and Wang Hao talking, fill some confidence, strategy, and reminders to the most confident pair you can imagine. It's a fine balance of level-headedness, confidence, and a reminder that on a good day, anybody can beat you. No matter how good you are, no matter how dominant you are, this is always the case. And Du Hoi Kem and Wang Chunting have definitely had their bright, shining moments on the table. It'll be an uphill battle, but as we get into the coin toss, we'll determine who serves where the players stand and what will happen in this very fast format. Pressure's different when you only play 3 games. We've seen some big upsets from Adriana Diaz versus Wang Manyu in the past. Roman Klecker on coin toss. So Team Hong Kong China wins the coin toss. I'm hearing the same thing you're hearing, so we'll figure out after the warm-up. We'll confirm what is what. A right-handed, left-handed combination works to your advantage in mixed doubles. If you're newer to the sport, it allows you to share the space a little bit better, creating opportunities for that powerful forehand and staying out of each other's way. In other racket sports, it's not clear whose shot it is in doubles. The pattern isn't set, but in table tennis, you must alternate shots, every shot in doubles of any sort. It's the only time the line down the middle of the table means anything in international table tennis. A serve must be from the right side on the diagonal on the serve. So Wang Chunting in the back with his pen-hold grip is very good over the table, generates a lot of side spin with his reverse pen-hold backhand. Really gets a lot of movement. Now the pen-hold grip, which you don't see so commonly anymore, you will see, interestingly enough, for Team France from their leader, Félix Lebrun, but Wang Chuqin on the left here. The left-handed Lionheart with the headband on, and Yingsha, who's been world #1 for well over 3 years now in the women's singles. These two have led this event for quite some time. From Czechia, it is Roman Klecker, who makes sure that all is fair and square from the high chair there. He's been in the game for a long time, one of the first to be an international blue badge and now gold badge to my understanding. The absolute cream of the crop in the game. So here watches on the defending champions, the team to beat right now. Still the early stages. You can see the definition, the quads from Shasha, Yingsha, Baby Buddha. There's going to be a lot of active play. Again, the list of compliments to the Chinese pair. There's not enough time in the week for that list of compliments. And Du Hoi Kem has beaten a world #1 wearing the Chinese flag at a major event in the past. Oh, nice catch there off the chest into the towel, and he doesn't even blink. Talk about being focused. This is a guy who is in the zone and knows how to shut out the noise with the green flooring. It is not grass. There is full traction. But it is time to start this major event for the first time since it's been announced to be part of the Olympics coming up in LA 2028. It's Shasha to start it off. 3 games to come. Ooh. Just missing there. And it's Team Hong Kong China with the first point as they stay close to the table, Du Hoi Kem and Wang Chuqin. Soft hands and good touch to leave it right near the baseline. Good game plan, breaking both serves to take the first 2 points on receive. Players will signal to each other with their hands cryptically under the table. Good look at the short side from Du Hoi Kem, but the pressure, the Chinese pair is on the team right now. Chateau with their first point. So far it's been a receiver's match. And a step behind the table, Wang Chunting using that RPB, the reverse pen-hold backhand, to generate a lot of spin. Remember, this is a style of grip, the pen-hold grip, that would have been completely out of the game. Nearly antiquated, you could say, but that reverse pen-hold backhand has leveled the field so that there's no disadvantage, let's say. As little disadvantage as possible.
2-3.
In terms of the shake hands grip that you see the other 75% of players on the table using right now, which had been known for its backhand strength. Beautiful angle. Du Hoi Kem quick to go wide to the forehand, and at the first towel break, it's a 4-2 lead. Soft hands, touch shot gets a push for a third ball, and Du Hoi Kem right there to steal the fourth. Continuing on their way, it'll be a quiet crowd as long as Team Hong Kong China is beating the hometown favorites here. Beautiful forehand flick.
2-6.
The anticipation at this level to recognize the opportunity so early. Du Hoi Kem, as soon as it comes off the racket, makes her move, gets the wrist back because you don't get a lot of arm speed with that forehand flick. Still a long way to go to that 11-point finish line, win by 2. Beautiful steal, Xia inside the baseline of the table, able to make the most of this ball. Watch the forehand extension. Xia, as loose as can be, dodges the corner of the table to play the forehand while also getting out of the way for Wang Chuqin. One step in the right direction from the trailing favorites at the moment. This shot is so aggressive. He's got the most dangerous game in the game, but a very clear plan from Team Hong Kong China as they touch the ball softly, leaving it just a little bit short. Again, long enough to bait, to tempt that opening attack, but short enough to keep it uncomfortable. Beautiful side spin on the banana flip. The Chiquita opening here. Both players dry their hands near the net on the table. Wang Chuqin with the signature, but the placement, it's right into the elbow of Wang Chunting. Like a shake hands player, any player using both sides of the racket will have a crossover. And 2 for 2 there with the backhand inside the table, this time even more parallel than the one before. Du Hoi Kem appears to be heavy underspin, a little bit deeper. Wang Chuqin recognizes that, gets the legs into it, leans back, and lifts with a lot of topspin just to keep the ball out of the net. And the touch.
6-7.
This is what the best players in the world know how to do, is finish. It's not over yet, they're still trailing, but the comeback is very real. After being up by 4 points, Team Hong Kong China feeling some pressure now. And from a step behind the table, remember the camera angles do give you a different perspective, so it's going to feel like Team Hong Kong China is much farther back than they actually are, but you can see the difference in spacing next to the table. The timing. Table tennis is a game of timing and rhythm. The advantage of being close to the table, the advantage is way outweigh getting behind the table, but Team Hong Kong China with a much needed point. And an awkward ball, but Wang Chuqin manages somehow to get around that and put the pressure on. This was a very uncomfortable shot. Du Hoi Kem's slow spin deep to the backhand corner, and the fast feet of Lionheart get him around that one. The quality push as Wang Chuqin places it. Says step around and lift. I'm giving you 2 homework assignments here. Touch shot right to the baseline. It's a question of time. And there wasn't a lot of time there. Leveled out at 8 points apiece. Xia with the serve to Du Hoi Kem. What a combination in a blinding moment here as Xia has to cross in front of Wang Chuqin for the briefest of moments. It really has to be near perfection from Du Hoi Kem and Wang Chunting. Du Hoi Kem moves right back in to capture that, to follow the flick of Wang Chunting. Adaptability, Xia sideswipes that like a windshield wiper. It was way into the body. You could even argue the left shoulder. Watch the placement as Wang Chunting essentially does a chop block there, and Xia runs around it to give just the same effect back, to keep the ball on its axis, and it's 9-9. Du Hoi Kem with the last 2 serve combination. Game number 1, we'll see. Rocket backhand using the length of the table.
9-10.
The confidence behind this shot. He's got the margin for error when he plays it cross court like this, and that shot was a blur. Sets up game point in the first game of day number 1. And it drifts just long enough, but heavy rotation. Du Hoi Kem On serve, saves it. Deuce, alternating serves here. Until one pair has a 2-point lead to ultimately take this first game. Remember, it's not best of 3. It is 3 games played. You can win 3-0, which is better than a 2-1 win. Outstanding rally in the net recovery from Wang Chuqin as Du Hoi Kim plays a parallel shot on top of the table. They were trailing by quite a bit. 2-6 they were down. It was almost like foreshadowing at the entrance today for Team China with the footwork, still shaking off the morning dew. Awkward shot from Wang Chunting, and Xiaxa's got the answers. So Team China takes the first game Shato with the first. They lead 1-0 in a narrow margin victory, 12-10, to get the first point on the scoreboard for Team China. Remember, first team to get 8 points takes the team match. So fortune there acknowledged. Little bird's eye view. Wang Chuqin and Xiaxa both quick to acknowledge the fortune. They'll talk it over on the water break, but they're up 1-0. The defending champions start with a tight fight in the first.
Time.
Liu Guodong on the right, Zhang Rui on the left. Good to see.
Who will serve? Who will serve? Go ahead.
So every game you get to choose who serves, which determines the receiver. So if it's Du Hoi Kim to serve,
Go to serve.
then it'll be Xiaxa to receive this time around. They switch order of play every game. Down 0-1, Team Hong Kong, China with the start. Good deep push into that backhand corner, limiting the options. At this level of play, players are so adaptable, so quick. An incredibly soft touch here from Wang Chunting as he drops that one just behind the net. Again, every camera angle gives you a different perspective, something to appreciate. You could really see how well placed that receive was. Again, just like in game 1, Wang Chunting and Du Hoi Kim getting a lot of points with these very shallow half-long shots. Wang Chuqin looking to steal, trying to take the opening attack. Xiaxa recognizing something about the ball that could be a little bit better. Remember, the best balls in the world take a beating from the best in the game, with the hardest rubber on their forehands, hardest sponge underneath. Oh, the rally. Incredible opportunity. It just got better and better. I should say the opportunity wasn't easy. Wang Chunting way wide, highlight type rally. Fast footwork, Du Hoi Kim hits a moving target in the crossover, and Xiaxa protects. Piaoliang indeed. Beautiful, the placement here. Remember, it's not just playing a shot, it's not getting in position, it's how to make it uncomfortable for your moving target, your opponent.
No flashlight, please.
We all know what that point means. Lionheart is not hunting, simply helping identify the flash in the crowd. And just like when Wang Chunting had the wide angle with the opponents behind the table, Xiaxa tried to bend it wide. Saw a lot of interesting shots. The shot selection there from Wang Chunting to go to the short side. Changes it up. Really forces a lot of footwork from Xiaxa. Wang Chuqin. There's an incredible determination right now. We can see the physicality in the legs on both sides. Very fit. A little bit
4-3.
softer flick this time around, and a wonderful response from Wang Chuqin. Again, the flick game from a pen holder. As he moves in, you're not fighting gravity, so the racket's hanging down a little bit better inside the table. And somehow Wang Chuqin manages to get that past Xia without it touching the shoulder at all. Some very tight spaces. Table tennis doubles, not a game for the claustrophobic. As Wang Chunting calls for what he wants on the serve to earn a third ball. It's Du Hoikem to start the rally. How does he get this back? Wang Chunting is doing everything he can to not show his cards early. He holds. Watch the shoulders of Wang Chunting in this. As he turns, you can't tell where he's going to go, yet somehow Wang Chuqin again manages to get there. He doesn't fall for any misdirection. A little break there off the back of the table. As Wang Chuqin drives it deep, looking for that baseline. The side angle will be the perfect angle for the replay to watch where it comes down. Awkward ball, side spin, just nicking that back edge. Only has to touch the playing surface. A reverse of the scores we saw in game one. 4-point lead for Team China. They get it right back.
8-3.
Nope, carries long. It is Chateau up by 5 now. Quite a different score line than we saw in game number 1. Again, different pen hold grips. See the Chinese pen hold there. Ooh, look at that turn.
4-8.
Quick down the line. If you're playing at work and you see someone playing the pen hold grip, if they've got 3 fingers up and spread on the back, you might ask if they have Korean friends or parents. If they've got 3 fingers out on the back, well,
5-8.
straight behind. You'll see that in Team China as well. Chuqin would do the same. More common in Japan, interestingly enough. Right there, what you see Wang Chunting doing is common in China. Xia on top of the bounce. And with a high throw there, you can see the bench quick to be in support. Again, the team spirit is unlike any other team, Team China. Beautiful side spin on this. Wang Chunting able to slow down the ball mid-rally and come around the side of it. Having had the opportunity to block for Wang Chunting before, I can tell you, he gets a lot of side spin on that backhand. It's very uncomfortable.
6-10.
Tight serve and the danger of the third ball that waits. It is 4 game points as the team physios and doctors watch on. Team China in a wonderful position here to get their 2nd point on the scoreboard for the team. Nice reverse pendulum. Not so many women in the game doing it, but Du, one of those who do. Soft flick again. It's not always about how much power is on the ball, but how much you can mislead the opponent. So watch this. Wang Chunting guides it, gets right behind it. Not a lot of rotation, and a timeout now on the Chinese side. Understanding the importance of capturing this 2nd game. Team morale, they're the team leaders after all, the captains. As Wang Manyu waits with the jacket on to stay warm. Each team was allowed a men's coach and a women's coach, which is what you have here with Ma Lin, the women's coach. Wang Hao, the men's coach. So in terms of body language and lip reading, on the Canto side, where Cantonese is more commonly spoken, Wang Chunting actually learned Mandarin in high school. He's a late bloomer in terms of developing in the game. And honoring those affected by the tragedy, you can see on their left sleeve there. Coaching staff, again, our hearts go out to those affected in Hong Kong.
Time.
Back from the timeout, still 2 game points left.
10-8.
And they've got 2 serves should they need the second.
No flashlight,
The look.
please. Thank you.
There's something so
10-8.
suave about it. As if to say, come on, not now. Xia with the serve, game points, 2 left. And that takes care of
11-8.
business.
Game
But
to
appears to
China.
be a float serve, meaning less rotation on it than there appears. A relatively empty underspin serve, looks heavy. Wow. I mean, this clears the table by probably 5 centimeters. That is quite the deception. Xia's got no shortage of tricks up those sleeves. Experienced to be as dominant as she is, and it is a 2-0 lead for Team China. The Hong Kongers trailing and looking to get 1 game in game number 3 to pass the baton in the women's singles that follows the mixed doubles battle.
Who will serve soon? Third game. Soon to serve. Love all.
Back for game number 3. Xia starting off with the serve. Once again, it's Du Hoi Kem on the receive. 2-0, Team China leads.
Last one.
Good change up here. The fast long push to the backhand. Du Hoi Kem and the variety. Again, from both of the Hong Kongers, we've seen wonderful variation in their push game. Doing their best to stay close to the table, but when forced behind, not afraid to spin. Oh, a change up here. Wang Chuqin showing the gentle touch. With all the power and aggression that he has, he wouldn't be such a complete player in the world number 1, the most dominant player in the men's singles era of WTT. He didn't have that versatility, and he gets down to the ground. A leg sweeping action to get around this and put on the pressure. You should have heard the stadium in the opening ceremony the second he walked in, and it's moments like this, so agile. And 2 nets recovered here. Team China in wonderful form. Just like any other match, each team, each side of the table, let's say, has 1 timeout per match. Craziness. You can knock her off balance, but Xia still finds a way to let the hand drive the vehicle. She was completely off her footing for a moment, and it didn't stop her.
Timeout.
And here it is. The 3-point differential leads to the timeout for Team Hong Kong, China, as they trail 1-4. As you can see, the Chinese pair already used their timeout. I'm loving the graphics, loving the logos. Sweat in the lower center of the back. There's been a lot of active play out here from the 2 that are chasing. Awesome. I'm just learning some Sichuanhua. Shongxi. Shongqi. Fighting in the local Sichuanese.
2-4.
It's always cool traveling throughout different parts of mainland China, hearing the different dialects that are embraced by table tennis fans, and of course the locals speaking it, as many of them their native language, their native tongue. So despite taking the
2-5.
first point out of the timeout, quickly adapting, the pressure is put right back on. Two right-handed players will have a little bit tougher time, have to depend on those backhands, but it's been a constant guessing game. This is the pattern of play that we saw in game number 1. It was quite memorable after going extra points, considering the pressure that the Hong Kongers put on early on, leading 6-2. Since then, it has been all business. For the 3-time and defending world champions in mixed doubles, Yingsha and Wang Chuqin extend the lead. Short side of the table,
6-3.
nice change. The pattern was looking to go to the wide forehand as Wang Chuqin started to make his move. Wang Chunting holding as patiently as he could to use that peripheral vision. When a ball is that low and loaded with spin, it can be very uncomfortable. Wang Chunting just trying to close the racket, guide it back, change the pace. Not getting overly ambitious there on the counterattack, nothing too aggressive. And on the other side, the confidence is building. Wang Chuqin finding his rhythm now. This is the importance of starting strong against any upper seed, but especially someone so dominant as 3-time consecutive world champs.
8-4.
Bit more aggressive here as Wang Chunting takes the forehand cross court, and at the second towel break, it's a difference of 4. Long serves in mixed doubles, any doubles for that matter. A little bit more rare, but have to be very specific. Oh, the brush.
9-4.
Like Van Gogh out here, just painting this ball as he brushes up the back of it so delicately. A fine stroke there.
5-9.
Perfect placement on the pressure here. He's able to go cross court as wide as can be. This one exits the side of the table as you see Kwai Man getting ready. Chiquita carries long, no timeouts left as the Hong Kongers start to make their way back in. He was doing that while not looking both times. And a tight serve, heavy spin makes the ball bite, slow down on the table. Catching the edge here, ball kids will grab it. They had a 2-point lead when the timeout was called in game number 2. They can get coached between points. We've got plenty of experience here. So there's the signal from Shasha. What hands, and Du Hoi Kem hits it past. As soon as the opposing player, the player who's out of order, hits the ball, the point is over, but it had already passed Shasha. So Wang Chuqin simply keeping the ball alive in the sense, not in play so much, but saving the ball kids some work.
9-8.
A lot of conversation right now as the pressure continues to build. 4 in a row.
9-0.
Wow. And they were down 3-8 before this, so this is some major momentum right now for a pair looking to do the best they can and come out of this down 1-2. The difference of 2 points. It's interesting. If the game ever becomes a game to 7, this will seem even crazier. But right now, both pairs convincing themselves 1 point at a time. And it's the team of Hong Kong, China with the game point right now. Du Hoi Kem creating an awkward shot here as Shasha brings the elbow up with the forehand like you don't normally see her do. catches the edge of the table to
10-0.
save game point. Wang Chuqin for the second time with a faint nick. Man, to get that close. Full stroke forehand from Wang Chunting. And Du Hoikem moves back into the table just to take it early, keep the pressure on, but nothing can be done there. Deuce. And it's game point
10-11.
for Chateau. Looking for that clean sweep here. They had their backs against the ropes 2 points ago. And on receive once again, still a lot of conversation. Sha closes it out. 3 games to 0. Team China does not drop a game despite incredible pressure. 2 games quite close. The second game not too far away at 11-8 either. Team Hong Kong China putting up the good fight. Remember, the top 2 teams from each group will advance to the second stage in this 3-stage event. We are in stage 1, which will last 3 days, the round robin for all 4 groups, 16 teams. And the number 1 team doing what the number 1 team does, delivering the goods and taking the bagel. 3-0, the overall score right now. Team China leads. A little look at the stats here after 3 games have been played. 35-28 total. Greatest deficit overcome? Well, never overcame a deficit. Team Hong Kong China, and only 1 for Team China. So first match in the bag. Kwai Man and Ju Chung Ju will be battling